What's up, everyone? Well, we got the jukebox over. That's the 460. I started back on it, and Scorpion's over at the arcade. I'm sure you've already seen that short video. But got the little jukebox. Now it's time for the big jukebox. I'm gonna get started on it because this is gonna be kind of a long project. I got a lot I want to do to it. I don't know how much of it we're gonna do, but we're just gonna kind of work at this now that I have a jukebox over at the arcade. Now we can kind of take our time and work on this one. This one's going to be a lot more involved. We got some parts missing to it. Anyway, this is a Rowe AMI Venus. Yeah, grow up. I said Venus with a V. This one came up from down south. Oh, probably, yeah, it's not very nice out. Oh, shoot, probably almost 2 years ago I've had this. Been kind of pushing it around in here and until I finally could get to it. Well, now it's time to get to it because we're still waiting on the new control board for the crane, for the claw machine. I just ordered a stylus and a new big filter cap for this. It's got one hell of a hum, and I still don't have any audio on it. So it's kind of a work in progress. I'll get it done as well here shortly, as soon as parts start coming in. Anyway, we're going to get started on this AMI Venus and see what we can do to it and see if we can't get it at least playing. There's a lot of cosmetic work to do on it. You know, I don't know what the hell. Looks like something hot. But we can dress that up, paint them black. You know, it's just going to need a real good thorough cleaning and see about either changing that or seeing if we can get the yellow out of it. Get the yellow out. But I'm going to get you set up. What we're going to do tonight is I want to get the mech out of it and up on the bench so I can get started on it and seeing what I need to do to it to get it at least working as far as it picking up the CD and putting it on the player. So I'm going to get you set up and we're going to get started on it and see how far we can get this evening. Okay, I put a bungee cord on it because I took the latch out of it. Because you had to jerk on it to get it to open, and I got tired of doing that. Come on, stay up there. It was ripping this whole panel off. So I got to figure out, see what's going on. I see the lock was drilled, but I don't think there's no mechanism. So I have to figure out what the heck is going on here. Okay, anyway, first thing we need to do is get rid of our, I don't know what you want to call it, the label tray. There's a latch. I don't work on left-hand side. And that just unhooks out of there, like so. And the bottom speaker panel that latches. There, that's it, it's already all disconnected. Unhook the tethers. That'll be easier to work on. Like that. Speakers are still in good condition, so you don't have to mess with those. Oh, that was when they drilled out the lock. Okay, as you can see, we're missing the flare. If you can see that or not. Let me get you in here. Get you some. How about some light? How about it? Huh. There's that bulb. Quit on me. Oh well. You can still see, as you can see, our player is missing. We have our magnet here. Our rack, but our belt's kind of hanging up back in here, hanging out. And that's what holds the CDs in it. You'll get a better look at it once I get it out of here. What's going on. Should be pretty much the same as the 45 jukeboxes. It's just mounted on springs. We got 2 RCAs. That's our audio coming out. We have one plug here. And looks like a little one. I think the rest of them go with it. And it looks like we're going to need looks like about a 3/8 or a 10. I don't know what somebody was doing here. It looks like somebody was trying to hook up an external speaker or something. So we'll get those 4 out. And it looks like that'll be about it. Alright, let me go get a 3/8. Alright, let me see if I can stand off to the side here and work. plastic. Plastic nut inside the spring that stop hitting it. Okay. Why didn't you tell me that? Those springs, it just sits down in there. So I think first thing we're going to do here is get you in the stand. And we need to get rid of some, I want to take the electronic control off of it. Do we have to label anything? That's counters. That's the optical to telling it where the rack is. That one, and that should be, yeah, that's the CD player. There, you got that. Off of there. The belt's still okay. I don't know why it was off. Can't just swipe a belt off of one of these. Yep, see it'll... Yep. We're in good shape with our belt. If I can't even see me. There we go. You can see we can loosen this up and we can get our belt back on. So that's good. Our belt's okay. A little different, but basically the same as a 45. Alright, I don't know where I left off. I think when I was working on this the last time, I kind of didn't really know what the hell I wanted to do next. I was just kind of looking at stuff, and hopefully I'm going to be able to cut that stuff out. This is going to be one of those projects where I have a little bit of time. I'm going to be working on it. So right now, I think what we need to do is get the belt on it. You know, I call it a belt. It's a kind of it's a retainer strap, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. Now, when I looked at this the last time, it's in good shape. You know, unless it's stretched, which we kind of held it up there, and it seemed like it was gonna still be tight enough. To make sure it's in all those little grooves. Now let's see if we can spin it. Let me release that. Alright, that, I don't know why it was taken off. Yeah, you could probably pull it off of the... But I don't know why you would. Why it would have been that way. Who knows? When you get this stuff in, the way it is, you never know what to expect. And that's for the CD player. Let me get your screen flipped around so I can I'll get you turned a little bit. Okay. Power link. Interface. Yes, I cleaned it all up. This is the Mac interface. Now we don't know if any of this is any good. Optical switch that lets it know what number. System power, which come off of the, it's still in the machine. They don't have these labeled. Which is really no big deal, because if it's back asswards, it's just a little flip. Pull a couple of them and that's where that was. That slides down in there. Looks like I'm going to be hunting screws for this. You see there's one, either there's one missing or it just was never put on, because there's no witness mark from it being on there. Okay. Now on oiling, you know, they always say that plastic against plastic, you don't need to oil. Metal on plastic or metal on metal, you need to oil. Now there's two shafts here and on the other side that are retained by this little bolt and washer. And you can see that little guy there. This is metal. And it looks like that's metal on the inside too. So I think instead of oil, I am going to grease this up. And grease its little shaft. I'm not about to pull both of them at the same time and then have the arm fall and then find out that there's some timing on it. You're right in my way. Same thing. That had the grease on it. Not much, but some. Now there's two little plastic bushings here and here, down in here, that are on a metal shaft. So I'm going to put a little oil on that, because like I said, it's metal on plastic. The shaft that runs all the way through here, I don't see where to get at it. So I don't think we're going to worry too much about it. I did get this to loosen up, but that's as far as I can make it go, and I'm not going to force it. We're going to let the mechanism itself drive it. Not a whole lot of places to actually oil and grease. Everything's pretty well self-contained. Motors and gearboxes are all kind of, you know, self-contained. They have grease in them, so we don't have to worry too much about those. But I did want to get the arm greased, and those two. That's what that lever down there is what raises and lowers your magnet for your CD. Alright, cool. We're ready for a deck. Now if you've been watching, you know I didn't get a deck with this. The way you've seen it, that's the way I got it. And that was a couple of years ago. And they wanted to see I'm missing everything. If it would have just been that somebody took the laser out of it, I would have just ordered a laser for it. But I ordered this one knowing that it doesn't, they told me it doesn't read discs, which is okay, because at least I have the deck. Now I can order a laser if we do need a laser for it. What I would like to do is my normal on lasers is I want to take it down and get some readings off of the laser and see if we can adjust it, because it says right on here, needs repair 1020. Is that how long I've had this thing? Holy crap. Alright, now we have those three, but I just noticed there's two there. Are they not used? Or are we missing something else? Or is it for a different? That would come up through there. I'm going to have to take a look. But see, that this would be the only ones that you'd really... Okay. Decisions here. Let's pull the control board off the bottom of this. I have 4 Toroks. And how how are you attached? Looks like there's a ribbon cable going to be attached right there. Aha, there's another one there. Right on the back end. No, that one wouldn't be used because you can't get the wire up through there and hooked. But those two, yeah, you could get the wire come up just like this one. You know, you come up, plug everything in. That would be the same on the back, but nah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think we have what we need. It's just these three. But I will take a look in the jukebox and see if there's anything that has to come up. Okay. I'm going to get you moved around over here, and we're going to take the control board off of this and see if we can get some measurements on the laser and see if the laser is bad. Remember, now we don't know anything about any of this stuff. We don't know if the control board here is good. We don't know if the amp's good. We know absolutely nothing about this jukebox. It's just going to be a matter of fixing that needs to be fixed, and then going from there and seeing and getting it hooked up and seeing what it does. We're not going to do any cosmetic until we get it up and running. There's no sense in start doing cosmetic if we can't get it to work, or it's going to cost too much to fix it. So I'm going to get you moved around over here, and we're going to take the control board off of this deck assembly and see what we got. Alright, let's see if we can get this apart without destroying anything. You wanted to see what these look like inside anyway. Okay. Now those are going to be fun to put back on because they're the... Oh, I need a poker. There are those slide latches. And there's two ribbon cables in here. There's one. Can't get on that one. There we go. That's going to be the laser there. I don't see anything puking. Okay. Laser, and that's spindle motor. There, that should be our adjustment pot right there. Let me, or is that the screw? No, that's the adjustment pot right there. But I can't get on it to test it. It's soldered down. That shielding is soldered down. I can get on one side, but not the other. And that solder point there is right on the ribbon. Now if you knew which way for sure to turn, on this laser, you could. Now can I undo that solder point enough to get that up so I could get under and get my probe on it? Probably could. Decisions. Can take the laser out and work on it a little bit better. Off. Let me contemplate on this a little bit. Okay. I decided I'm going to take the laser out of it to look at it a little bit better. I can't find anything on the laser right at the moment to let me know what make it is. And there's a couple of different ones that go in these rows. And so I need to figure out which one it is. This one looks a little tricky. This is not your regular homeowner or game system. This is meant to be playing all the time, so I guess I'm gonna have to take that other rod off. two are smaller. Now will you come up out of there? I think we need to back it out a little bit. It looks like this plastic piece right here is also a retainer. Yeah, sure. I'm definitely gonna have to get a parts tray. No spring or anything? Nothing's gonna jump out? Okay, fits. Alright. So that gear is in the way. I thought that was just a retainer. It's not going to come up out of there so easy. Aha. Nope, that's just the Rowe. Alright, how do you come up out of there? That plastic. Okay, there's that rod. Let's see. Alright. Just talking to myself, making sure I know how everything goes. Go all the way to the back. It's not going to go past that white gear. I don't suppose there's a, looks like there's a screw through it. Take off this top. It probably won't come past the spindle motor. Well, that didn't do crap. Right there's the that looks like it just sets down in there. Yeah, I don't see a screw or anything. That's a I don't get it. Why don't you come up off there? Alright. Huh. Let me see what's going on. I'll bring you back. Okay, I took the motor, the little motor, the worm gear motor, loose, so I could move the laser back and forth freely. And if you lift up on it now, you can get everything cleared and get it out. And what is that? I don't know, but it broke. That looks like a piece of crap that was left in it. See, there's still no real identification on the laser. I know it's a Phillips, and it's a CD100F deck. And these, I just looked them up, are between $40 and $45 for this laser, which isn't bad. So if we screw it up, we're only out $45 at the most. I am going to try and get that shielding off without destroying it. If I can get that shielding off, then I can test the laser and see where it's at. Like I said, this one here, this solder point here is right above the ribbon cable here. So I'm going to have to really be careful as to not to cook that ribbon. That's why I was kind of hoping this side here, if we undo that one, we may be able to pick the shielding up far enough so I can get under. So I can get under here. Oh, right there. Get under here and get on this side of the pot. Just from looking at it, I got one test point here, or solder point, and then on the other side there should be another one or two. So let's get the soldering station heating up, and we'll see if we can't unsolder that and get this lifted up. Alright, on this one I'm going to use solder wick to see if I can get that problem is you gotta, is you're gonna be heating up the shielding. Ouch. I don't know if that goes all the way through. If that goes all the way through the little board or not. Come on, hold still. She's still got a hold of it. Right now is when you need 3 hands. So you can, I got almost all the solder off of it, but it doesn't look like all of it. trying to steer clear of heating up board up too much. She's still got a hold of it. If I could get under it somewhere. That did it. Yeah. Just had a wee little bit holding on. I'm going to see if I can heat that one up. Without doing any damage. Yep. Cool. Alright. Now, there's our laser. Yep. And both test pots are on the other side. The other side is the ground. Let's see if we can. I mean, not enough room. Everybody's in the way. Get rid of the light washing out the screen on my multimeter. Okay. Let's stick you under there. Let's see what we got. There. And there. Okay, settle down. $766. Yeah, see, that's a little too high. And that is just from use. Usually that way. Usually clockwise turns them down. And turns down the numbers. 5, 6, 8. Whoa! That's a little much. I didn't realize I turned it that much. That's where we're going to leave it. It's right about 4. Usually if I can get them between 3.5 and 4. 350, 40, or 35 or 40, whatever you want to call it. That's where I'm going to leave them. I'm usually happy with it there. Do we really need the shielding? I don't know. Am I going to put the shielding back on it? Yes, I am. Because now I know on this one, clockwise turns it down, and turns down the number, and counterclockwise will turn it back up. Alright, we're ready to reassemble. I'm going to get some of this straightened up, and then we're going to start reassembling this so we can get it back, so we can put it on the mechanism, and it will be ready to go in the jukebox when it's time. Alright, let me get squared away here a little bit. Okay, I saved you the agony of watching me put this back together, but it's all ready to go in. So feed our wires up through here. Let's see. Big one. Out there on the end. And we should have you. That's better. Alright. So that one goes there. And there's a 2. We don't have a 2. That doesn't go there either. This one looks like it'll go, that goes there. Remember, we didn't take this apart. Now that one almost there or there. that it? Or are we missing wires? But yeah, that's the way you can see it's, that wire's bent like that, so it would come off the back. And those two were bent down, so that, I do believe that's how it should be. There. Alright. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. I've kind of screwed around here for quite a while in this video. And I wanted to kind of shorten it up a little bit. That's why I didn't show you me reassembling that deck. You know, it's the same as taking it apart. You just do it in reverse. So, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And our mech is ready to go in. I'll put it off to the side, and then we'll get into the jukebox itself. And we need to see what's going on behind here. All the screws are missing. Oh, there's one screw. Oh shit. Let's take that off and take a peek in. Alright. Yeah, let's take a peek in here before we close this video out. What else we got going on? Aha! That is our amplifier. Not bad. Hopefully it's good. If not, you know what we'll be doing. You're tearing down a big amp. Alright, so that's going to do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I hope to see you on the next one. Till we'll start getting into seeing what else we got going on. So until next time, see ya.